Hello! This yin practice today is going to be 3-minute holds, and I'm going to cue us into the shape and then not say anything else for the time that we hold. So this should be fairly quicker than an hour class. I'm thinking maybe 30 to 40 minutes, and it will be a great complement to the more detailed classes or the classes where I'm leading you through. So it's going to be a lot less chatting. So let's do it. Oh, Cooper's in my spot, but that's okay. We'll work around her. Let's sit right here. So find a kind seat. We're just going to get ourselves centered. Just take about a minute or two. Just invite you to close your eyes. Start to tune into the breath. Tuning into the breath is just being aware of your breath. Maybe you are going to change the way you're breathing. Place one hand on your belly and just soften the belly a little bit. And by soften the belly, it helps when you bring your front ribs down and in. Almost like they're sitting on a pillow in between your pelvis and your rib cage. You might notice your torso feels a little bit shorter. Finding softness is the key to yin practice in our muscles. Bring your fingertips to your chest. This is a very subtle movement, but on your next exhale, just imagine your fingertips are just sinking along with your chest. Down, collarbones sinking down, shoulders become relaxed. Feeling a little bit of a weight in each of your elbows. A few more breaths here. Now I invite you to keep your eyes closed while I cue you into our first shape, or feel free to flutter your eyes open so you can see. Let's go into butterfly. Feet are together out in front, a nice wide shape, a wide diamond shape. Give your legs support as needed. If you feel like your knees, or you feel your knees up and you're muscularly holding, you can place 2 blocks or blankets. Find your shoulders over your hips. Start to crawl yourself forward. Your body will tell you when it's time to round. This isn't a rigid shape. Just find as much softness as you can. Let the head drop. Feel free to grab a bolster or rolled up blankets if you want to place it in front of you to have a place to rest your head. Let's enjoy 3 full breaths here. Slow inhale, slower exhale. On an inhale, give weight to the hands and arms, allowing them to help you come up to seated. Remove any props or just set them aside. And now we're going to bring each leg into internal rotation. So let's have our left leg stay out in front, so just like half of a cross leg. Lean over to the left and internally rotate the right leg. This is deer pose. So your right knee might be resting or nestled in your left foot, or any combination. This leg could be out further or in. This leg could also be out. The target here is to keep this leg in a little bit of external rotation and the right leg in internal rotation. We can hold ourselves up here. If you feel like you're being pushed over to one side, place a blanket under the left butt cheek. And something that's really nice to bring a little bit more passive action here is to lean up against a wall, or even lean up against a chair or a couch. Pad anywhere that might be bony going into the ground, like your ankle. Feel the weight of your rib cage up against the wall. Relax the shoulders. Bring that rib cage down and in. Soften the muscles as best you can. You can be holding yourself up here, but if you'd like a more passive shape, leaning back on something definitely brings us into the passive hold. Slow inhale, slower exhale. Let's take 3 nice full breaths. And very gently start to bring yourself out of this position by leaning over to the left to release the right leg. And we'll release the right leg straight out in front. Take a few breaths of pause here. just to feel the rebound of that internal rotation of the right leg. Find your shoulders over your hips and start to crawl yourself forward over the right leg. Elbows are nice and heavy and bent. We don't want to bring ourselves into too rigid of a space. Although if your arms are straight out in front and it's kind of giving a little bit of resistance here, this could be very, very comforting as well. Just find a nice space, a nice shape that works for you. This will tend to the space closer to our spine on one side. All of us will feel this nice gentle tug in different spaces in our body. So find that breathable edge. Slow inhale, slower exhales. Three more full breaths here. Use your breath to start to bring a little more movement back, a little more awareness back. Give weight to your hands to help your upper body come back up to seated, and take a few breaths of pause here. Bring both legs out front. Hold on to your quads, the meaty part of your legs, and use your hands to move your legs back and forth. We're keeping with that very soft muscle activity here. All right. Let's do deer on the other side. Our right leg comes in, lean over to your right, bring the left leg into internal rotation. Treat each side like it's a brand new pose, okay? Because each side of our body is so different. It can be so different. All right, so find a spot that works for you. The further your foot goes out, the more internal rotation happens. So you can see I'm a little crooked here, which is fine, but I want to find a little more stability. So I bring my foot in closer to my bum. I'm going to rock myself back towards the wall. There we go. So find a space where you want to settle in. Elbows nice and heavy, helping relax the shoulders. With each exhale, you can allow the left hip to relax or release a little bit more towards the floor. Rib cage is heavy into the wall. Or if you're seated upright, just have your front ribs come down and in towards your pelvis. Just trying to relax your torso as much as you can. Internal rotation work is the gift that keeps on giving. All right, let's prepare to take 3 nice full breaths. Slow inhale, slower exhale. Start to make your way leaning over to the right. Release the left leg. Bring it straight out in front. Take a few breaths of pause here. Find your shoulders over your hips. Start to crawl yourself over the left leg. Let the left leg relax, really relax. If the foot goes off to the side, that's where it needs to be. Let's take a few full breaths here. Slow inhale, slower exhale. Maybe exaggerate the inhale. Letting the rib cage get wide and fall. Give weight to your hands, let yourself rise back up. Both legs out in front. Hold on to your quads and move your legs back and forth with your hands. If you have a bolster, go ahead and grab the bolster. If you don't, a combination of pillows and blankets works wonderfully here. You just want to make sure that the blanket and the pillows is a good length because you want to be able to place your back and have a spot for your head. So I'm going to be using a bolster today with a pillow at the end. Right. This is supported fish. So we're going to place our bum up against the bolster or the blankets. And we're gonna lay back. Now for some, this is gonna be a little bit too much, like too far down. So what you can do is place the blanket or the pillow underneath to create a little bit more height. Either position, no matter where the position of the bolster is, except maybe straight up and down, you're going to get the nice benefits of the compression of the lower back, the opening of the front of the spine. Shoulders hug around the bolster. Let the elbows get heavy again. Legs can be straight out. You can enjoy a nice butterfly shape here. Legs can be crossed. Anything goes. It could also be like this if it's a little too much arch in the back. If your legs are out straight, just let them flop where they flop. With each exhale, the shoulders wrap around the bolster even more. Head and rib cage nice and heavy into the bolster. Take a few breaths here. And you can push your hands into the ground to come up safely. If you're not quite sure how your lower back is going to react to coming out, place one foot on the floor, knee bent, push into the ground and roll over onto an elbow. This will help you come up. Come up about, it's sort of like halfway. And leave your legs stacked to the side. We're going to keep the bolster right where it is. Turn towards the bolster, so we're twisting. And then gently lay yourself down onto the bolster. And if any adjustments need to be made with the height of this, please come out of the shape first and then place the pillow underneath or remove the pillow, whichever you want. But try it out. We have plenty of time to play here. Lower yourself down, heavy elbows, and your head can be to the left, to the right, or just resting on your hand. Or you can grab another pillow if you haven't. Blankets are the best props. In this twist, just notice where your breath is expanding and emptying. We're twisting into our left side. So whatever side you're twisting into, you're inhibiting its ability to take in air. So you might notice that your right side seems to be filling a little bit more. So let it fill, allow your lungs to do their jobs. An option here is to leave the left leg where it is, the leg closest to the floor, and slide your top knee down your leg until it reaches towards your foot. This will bring a sensation possibly up towards the crest of your pelvis. Take a few more breaths here. And give weight to your hands. Slowly start to bring yourself up. This is a twist and our gravity is pulling us down in a certain way where this might feel a little bit more tender. So please be tender with yourself and take your time. And we're gonna switch sides. That could mean for you that you just flip yourself around. I'm going to switch the position of my bolster for the sake of the fact that I'm videoing. Here we go. All right, so approach your opposite hip up to the bolster. Knees can be stacked. This is called the Mermaid Twist because it does feel like Ariel from Little Mermaid. Twist yourself towards the bolster. Hands can be on either side, and slowly lower yourself down. Treat each side like a completely different pose. What worked on the other side may not work here. And if you'd like to drag the top knee down the leg, you can do so now. Noticing the breath. Where is it filling and emptying in the body? Where is it not moving? Let's take a few more full breaths here. Give weight to the hands. Push into the floor, allowing you to come up very slowly. And we'll come back to the kind shape that we found. Shape that's kind to our bodies, allows us to soften throughout our torso. Put the hands on the knees, let the elbows get heavy, and let the hands fall where they may. Soften the belly. On an exhale, let the ribs come down and in. Let the chest subtly drop. Shoulders are soft. Tuck your chin back just a little bit. No need to challenge the breath here. I'm going to close out class, but feel free to set a timer or just stay right here for as long as you like. You can also lay down. I'm grateful for you and grateful for this practice. I love sharing this practice with you. Thank you for joining me today. Love, laugh, and play. Namaste.